Hey guys, we are about to adventure into our last week of main idea for right now. So we're really going to be hitting it hard with some main idea passages. Informational text is the best way to practice main idea in details. I'm going to do a little review at the top, and then I'm going to read a passage and we're going to come up with what the topic word would be and come up with a main idea. The most important thing you can do as a reader is to make sure that you're reading the directions carefully. We're going to review. A topic is what a passage is about. A main idea is an important idea about that topic. Short passages usually develop just one main idea. Long passages can have two or more main ideas. A passage's details are the facts, examples, and other information stated in the text. The details that help explain a main idea are called key details, or what we have been calling it our proof. Your proof is a reader that you are right about the main idea. We sometimes say that key details support the main idea. In our words, we like to say that the key details prove our main idea is right. Read the passage below. Underline what you think is the main idea. Then look for key details that help explain it. If you haven't pulled out your iReady book yet, go ahead and pause the video and pull it out now so that you can follow along and complete this lesson with me. At some point in your life, you've probably looked up, gazed at the moon, and studied it in wonder. Throughout time, the moon has inspired many people. In 1801, Ludwig van Beethoven composed a piano piece called Moonlight Sonata. Later, in 1889, Vincent van Gogh painted The Starry Night. In this painting, swirls of white and yellow create a halo around the moon. In 2011, Marilyn Singer wrote a book called A Full Moon is Rising, about how people all over the world celebrate the moon. The next time you gaze upon the moon, maybe you'll be inspired too. Right now, I want you to pause the video and take a minute and underline the word that you think is used over and over and over again in this passage. Okay, there is one word that stands out to me over and over, but I want to make sure that I'm right as a reader, so I'm going to underline it and make sure it's in here enough to be my topic. Moon, moon, the Moonlight Sonata, moon, 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 moon. Okay, in just this short paragraph, we have the word moon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to write that the topic of this passage is definitely the moon. Go ahead and fill it in with me. This graphic organizer does not have a space for topic, so I went ahead and wrote it above the main idea box to help me organize my thoughts. If you want to write it down at the bottom like we've been practicing with our main idea house, you may do that as well as your foundation of your passage. Consider what you have read about main ideas and key details. In the main idea organizer below, write down one sentence from the passage you think states the main idea. Then write down two key details that develop the main idea. So we know that our topic is moon. One key detail that they've given us, or one piece of proof that they've given us, is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata was composed in 1801. To me, that's because Beethoven was inspired by the moon and wanted to write this song, Moonlight Sonata. let's go back to our passage and see if we can find enough proof to come up with a main idea. Let's look at the details here. We have Vincent van Gogh, and then later we also have Marilyn Singer, who wrote a book about a full moon rising. So at the very beginning of the passage, it says, at some point in your life, you've probably looked up and gazed at the moon. I bet these people that have created a song or a book have also looked up and been inspired by the moon. Throughout time, the moon has inspired many people. I'm going to use that as my main idea. The reason it's throughout time is because the dates go from 1801 to 2011. Throughout time, the moon has inspired many people. Now, let's double check and make sure our topic word is in there. Everybody put a box around your topic word. Okay, we have our topic word in our main idea. So now we're ready to make sure our proof matches up, supporting the roof of our main idea. The key detail that they've given us, we've said, is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata was composed in 1801. Okay, that was one person that was inspired by the moon. So yes, that's a key detail. Find another key detail and write it in the next box. Pause the video and write it in. Okay guys, another person that was inspired by the moon was Vincent van Gogh. And what did he do? He painted The Starry Night. The Starry Night is a painting with swirls of white and yellow, and they create a halo around the moon. So his painting was inspired by the moon. We have one more key detail to fill in. Go ahead and pause the video and fill in your last key detail of one more person that was inspired by the moon. Okay, your last person that was inspired by the moon in this passage was Marilyn Singer, and she wrote a book called A Full Moon is Rising. Okay, I'm going to circle everyone's name that was inspired by the moon. Beethoven was inspired by the moon. Vincent van Gogh was inspired by the moon. Marilyn Singer was inspired by the moon. So each piece of proof has a specific person that was inspired over time. You guys did a great job. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work with main idea.